Well, hey there everybody, welcome back to the channel and thanks for hanging out with me again today. Today's basically going to be an update of kind of some of the stuff that's shown up. A mail call, shout outs, and some stuff that's coming up here in the very near future that I'm working on. So first thing up, let's get through some of the stuff that's been sent in for review. So first up is another tool by Hardell. Hardell is the one that sent me over the little tiny Dremel tool. Rotary tool, excuse me. This is a smaller one. This is actually something that I think more, it's going to bridge more of some RC use and kind of fall over into more of like the modeling and skill building type things. But I do see this one could be useful for a lot of guys, and it's very inexpensive, but this will have a dedicated video of its own. Another one that showed up that I'm very excited about is a tool from Gallery. So this is a Gallery airbrush. Again, this will get its own dedicated review, but this showed up as well. Both of them showed up, I think, Friday. So kind of giving them both a look over so I understand what's going on, but I really need to get and use them and record the video for both of them. So that should be really, really cool. So another thing that showed up this week was a truck from Hospeed. Now this is their little, I think it's 18 scale, might be 14 scale. I think it's 18 scale. It's pretty small. This one actually came from John over at Bargain Bashers RC. He was doing a giveaway, and I kind of won it by accident. I didn't realize that just by leaving a comment on the video would enter me into the contest. If I had actually been paying attention fully, I would have said, don't enter me. But I won it, and when John reached out and said, hey, you won the truck, I immediately knew where this was going to end up. So I'm going to have it on the channel in a quick video, have a little run around on it. And this is actually going to a couple little kids. And this is going to be their truck to beat and bash on. So it is temporarily here, but it is going to a couple kids that are going to have fun with this. So this will have its own little quick video on it as well. And then it's going to get sent off to a couple others to really enjoy a whole lot more. I'm sure I'm going to have fun with it running around, but I know they're going to have a blast with it. So this could be coming up very soon. And thanks, John, for, the giveaway. And I'll have John's channel linked down below. You guys can go check him out and, give him some love. And like I said, this will be on the channel. Now, a viewer has sent in a couple packages, and I've been talking with him for quite a while. We've been back and forth. He sent over some stuff in the past, and he said his hobby room is just getting entirely too cluttered with stuff that he's not going to use, so he sent it over to me. First thing was a box of electronics. So these are some of the quartz crystal sets for Nico RC. So there's actually two pair in here, two different bands. So this would be if you had bought a Nico car years and years ago, and your next door neighbor or your brother or whatever, you guys got the same frequency, you couldn't run both cars at the same time, so you would have to go buy a couple of these. So that is really cool to have those kind of new in box. They've never been opened, they've never been used. They actually have the little aerial flags, so there's a blue one and a red one to denote, you guys are running on different channels. So that was really cool. Then the cool thing in the first box was a really, really nice Futaba Magnum Jr. This is in great shape. All I had to do was clean it up. It's got batteries in there. It's maxed out on 100%, so it seems to be working. But this was kind of the baby brother. This is the all bells and whistles. Everything on it is adjustable. It's got this cool little hand strap, which I always thought it was just a wrist strap, but it's actually meant to go around your hand like this. Both so you don't have to have a death grip on the radio at all times. And if for any reason, you trip going up the driver's stand, it doesn't fly off your hand. But this one, like I said, it's fully adjustable. It has all kinds of little potentiometers in here, has a little tool, screwdriver, you can adjust all those. It's got on-the-fly adjustment for your steering rate. Really, really awesome radio. This one works as well, but that one is, both of them will probably go with a rebuild at some point, but essentially these are going to be for show. I've got the really nice radios that I don't have to worry about losing signal and everything, but these are going to be kind of for the resto ones. So this one had a really cool feature to where the antenna drops down into the top of the transmitter, and then you just screw your antenna in, and yes, it has the 3-foot antenna on it. And the antenna was in great shape. It had one little kink up top. I was able to bend that out. And but once you're done with it, you just slide it back in. It clips into the top of the radio so your antenna doesn't get banged up. Now this one basically goes all the way down into the radio, but a lot of them usually stuck up a couple inches, and it was not uncommon to, you know, throw this in the back of your car, something shift, and when you get home your antenna's facing sideways and you're kind of screwed. But yes, this one really, really nice, and it will go with a rebuild. And then he sent over two. Yeah, so we have two of the Futaba FPR 112 JEs, which will work, I think, with either one of the, well, I know it works with this radio. I think it will pair with the other one. And then we have the FPR 102 JE, which I know will go with the Magnum. And then we also have another Futaba FPR 122 JE, and this one needs an antenna repair, which is no big deal. And he sent over a replacement Futaba, what is this, S14B, so this has the ball bearings in it. So this is actually a decent servo back in the day. So a couple old electronics to go in some old restoration projects coming up. And then he sent over this big box. So this one showed up, and he didn't tell me what was in it. So this one showed up. And in this one, we just have some just goodies and trinkets and fun stuff. So this is an old Freak Streets Johnny Lightning car. It's a 72 Pontiac Grand Am. So this will go up on the shelf with some of the other kind of Hot Wheels and stuff. He sent me a cool little Batman keychain, which this one's funny. It's just like a little rubberized Batman character. Oops, get over there. Turn around. Batman was shy. So, little Batman keychain. I will throw that on, so he'll hang out on the shelf up there with Iron Man. And then we have some mechanical speed controllers. So in this one, we have an old Kyosho and an old Tamiya, as well as, looks like a 1060. Yep, we have a 1060. So, you know, those get used all the time. And then in this one, we have more electronics. Now, I've cleaned up all that stuff. This one I haven't touched. So we have another Kyosho style rotary mechanical speed control. And then we have an Airtronics. We have a JR Racing, a Tactic, a KO Pro, and a Venom receiver. Which I didn't even know Venom made radio systems. But, you know, I guess everybody was making them back then. Now, this one, yeah, that one has crystal. So it really doesn't, most of them don't matter. As long as the crystal frequency matches, most of them kind of work together. Some of them don't at all. Some of them do. But anyway, if anything, some of these may be parts donors. You know, for like the Futaba one, I might have to rob a antenna, say, off the Venom one or something like that. But the stuff like the Tactic, because that's an old Tactic, the old Electronics, the old JR Racing, and the KO Pro, you know, we may just clean those up and, you know, get them on display until they're needed, because I really don't have any of those radios. And then we have some TT01 on-road. So these are, I think, the bigger like Euro truck racer tires, so they're a little bit chunkier, but we can definitely use those on a project coming up. We have a old Nico RC, has 4-wheel steer, so you can see the rear ends swing around. Has 8 tires. Well, technically it has 6. This one, the pot metal knuckle has broken off. So I'm going to have to tear that apart and see if we can try to solder those bits back onto this and regain front steering. But otherwise, it looks like all we got to do is get the winch to retract and get it cleaned up and see if it runs. Well, there's a bit of the steering. So drivetrain all moves. Now this does have, it has a little rear end alignment for the steering. It has it does have a selectable 2-speed. So you have a low range and a high range. So in high range I can spin the gears. So this will be a future project. Like I said, the biggest thing is trying to see if we can solder these ears back onto the hubs. If not, can I try to source some hubs? I think we could probably get some silver solder to stay in there. Probably have to take a little bit of acid, clean up the two mating surfaces so they're nice and clean, get some good flux on there, put some silver solder on there, and it should get in there and hold on. But until then, we'll just kind of rubber band it on there so it looks proper, get it cleaned up, stick it over there on the to-do pile. This one isn't going to get tackled at the moment. This is a future down the road project, but overall it's in great shape. The body is not beat up, all the lights are on the roll bar, the chrome is still in great shape, everything looks good. It's just that broken wheel, and we got to see if it can run. So if there is an issue with the electronics, then we may have to go in and put some hobby grade stuff in there. Now with the 4-wheel steer, I don't know, it may be entirely too difficult to try to get the 4-wheel steer to work with modern electronics. I don't know. So basically on your sticks you have your forward and reverse on your left hand side. If you push up and left, it does all 4 tires to the left, so it'll kind of crab walk to the left, and then the same thing up and over to the right, it'll crab walk over to the right. Then straight over and straight left and straight right just basically makes the tires give it a good left and right hand turn. So it's cool. We've got the radio. It is missing the battery door, but these are kind of common battery doors. So we should be able to get that. The antenna is still there and in great shape, so that's a big plus. So hopefully all this works. I haven't put batteries in it. I haven't tried testing anything, but hopefully we will be able to get this thing up and running. But if it doesn't work, then we'll just have to bodge this on with some wire, and it'll just be a display piece. Get it all nice and cleaned up, and it'll just be a display at that point. But that's a later down the road project. So yeah, I have one more thing coming for review. I don't know when it's going to show up, so that one I'm not going to spoil it, but it's not a car. I'll tell you that. It's not a tool, it's not a car. But it should be interesting. I hope you guys enjoy it. And like I said, as always, for the reviews, I am going to try to keep them all RC related. I'm not going to spawn off and start, reviewing car parts and beauty products and all that stuff. So that's it for now. I've had a lot of deliveries lately. And for a change, I didn't get yelled at because I didn't order any of it. Anyway, guys, I greatly appreciate all your guys' support as well. Without you guys, I don't have a channel. Without the channel, I wouldn't be doing as much as I'm doing here, and I'm having fun with it, so I appreciate you guys, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. Until then, everybody out there, be happy, be healthy, be safe, and I will catch you on the next one. See you.